ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I am Sunny Pancholi, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the life of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulas for many. And this is what we aim to achieve with these sessions, which are a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge-sharing community. We have one such industry stalwart on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Dr. Yerriswamy Pateel. He has extensive experience of nearly 27 years in various industries, including mineral processing, geology, welding, and pharmaceuticals. He holds an M.Tech and a Ph.D. in mineral processing and geology, and in order to widen his purview as a professional, he has completed certificate courses from prestigious institutions such as IIM Bangalore, the Wharton School, and the Harvard Business School, specializing in marketing management, strategic business management, and entrepreneurship in emerging economies. Currently, Dr. Patel serves as the founder and director of GeoExpOre Pvt, a company accredited by the Quality Council of India, Magnate, and notified by the Ministry of Mines, Government of India, for mineral resource exploration. He is also an additional director at Snoogle Technologies India Pvt Ltd, an e-commerce company. In these roles, he oversees and manages business operations, including marketing, corporate finance, due diligence, and strategic business relationship. Welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, Mr. Patel.
Thank you, Mr. Sunny, for such a lovely introduction with the beautiful lines. Thank you.
Pleasure. So, Mr. Patel, what do you find so fascinating about the field of mineral processing and geology that you have dedicated your entire life to it and have made numerous achievements?
Thank you. You started with such a wonderful question. It's geology or mineral processing is definitely a fascinating field. But honestly, if you say, I was not knowing what is mineral processing or what is geology when I started my career. By default, I got this course. When I started doing, pursuing my course, then I understood that is a very fascinating subject. And definitely, I thought I should pursue my career in this direction. So I did my graduation in the same field, and then I moved to post-graduation, then again pursued my Ph.D. in this same field. Mineral processing is a multidisciplinary subject. It involves chemistry, geology, and mathematics and engineering subjects. So it will help to understand the subject in a more holistic way, rather than looking at the point in a unidirectional way. So that made me to interact with more and more people and more industries, and that has helped me in shaping my own career. So if you look at my little journey in this time, so after my post graduation, I joined Salagaonkar industry at Goa for a short stint. After working for 4-5 months, I thought it's a very routine job, and going in the morning and coming in the evening shift. I think I should do something else and something different, not to morning to evening schedule. So then I was looking for an opportunity. I got a slot in a regional research laboratory, Bhopal, with the Professor T.C. Rao's group. So he is considered as a father of mineral processing in India. And, once you get that kind of opportunity, nobody will leave. So I quickly jumped into that. And there we had a beautiful team of scientists, wonderful people. They allowed us to do lot many things. They gave us a lot of liberty, and even at odd hours, we used to go to the laboratory and do all sorts of experiments, which is giving value to the system. And because my boss, Professor T.C. Rao, and she's a renowned personality, so many industry stalwarts and so many industries, they used to come regularly to that laboratory. And right from Hindustan Zinc, Hindustan Copper Limited, RSML, Rajasthan State Mines and Minerals, UCIL, and many other, even Coal India Limited, even private entrepreneurs, they used to give a lot of intricate problems to the lab, how to solve these industry problems. So those things used to come to our scientists, and these people are so nice and kind enough. They used to involve us in every aspect. So that helped us in understanding most complex problems at a very young age. We used to take a challenge all those problems and involve with them and rub the shoulders with my peers and learn lot many. Then afterwards, I got a job there in RRL Bhopal as a senior technical assistant. Then after having my PhD, then there was an opening at Indian School of Mines, Dhanbad. Then again, quitting government position and going there again, one more government. Then I went there for a associate professor position. So there were 10 board members. So all 9 were accepted my candidature. Only one brought out a new rule saying that, since you are working at lower cadre, you cannot jump in the government for 3 cadres. So you have to work for 2 years as a senior lecturer. Then you can rejoin as an associate professor. Of course, through advertisement. But that time getting PhD scholars, even PhD degree holders were very less. And there were only 4 or 5 people out of 4, I think I got selected. So then I was not having much option. Then I just said, okay, let me join. So I joined Indian School of Mines, Dhanbad, and taught in Department of Fuel and Mineral Engineering, and of course in applied geology students also. It was 1.5 years, but they said within 1.5 years they will take out advertisement. So that did not happen. So my boss by the time retired, and he was advisor for the Tega India Limited. Now it is a listed company. That time it was a very young company. So then my boss one day, when we are regularly interacting with him, he called me one day and we were discussing. Then suddenly he said, "Are you interested to join? There is an opening here. You can join here. So it's a good position. If you are not interested." Then I said, "Okay." I don't know what made me to think so quickly, and maybe my determination and what my mother has put some great ethics and values and courage in me. Then quickly I took a decision and moved to Dhanbad, then Calcutta, and there they offered me manager technical services. There again I found a very interesting person. Is Mr. Madan Mohanka. He's the chairman and managing director of Tega Industries Tega Industries Limited, and he is a first batch student of IIM Ahmedabad. So that knowledge was percolating to all the corners in the industry. So he was loving me so much, and he put me as a R&D coordinator for all the different SBUs, the strategic business units. So my PhD guru was coming there regularly. So he was taking all the looking after all the R&D activities and guiding them. And I was made as a coordinator for all these departments things. And apart from other responsibilities of establishing the laboratory and meeting the customers, going to the customer's place, and solving their problems, industry problems. So that career, it was very vibrant, and I had a very good boss, Dr. Bandoppadhyaya, who trusted me, who believed me like anything, and he gave me full freedom for me to do any work, whatever we were thinking. At the same time, even in ISM also, I had a good professors, and Dr. Nikam, Dr. Professor Venugopal, and others. They also very encouraging, and they all helped me all through my career. Back to Dhanbad, there were many people. Bhopal. So this entire career was very vibrant, and very dynamic. So then when I was working in Tega, they asked me to, along with Dr. Bandopade, they asked me to go to Russia to do the market survey. And we went there for 15 days and came back, gave the report. And back in my home, there was my brothers who were planning for something, let us start do something on our own. And that plan was for last 5 years, it was going on. Then when I visited this time, then we all sat and discussed, we'll do something on our own. And then we started one a small company. It was started already, my brother started, but it was in dormant position. Then we did a lot of marketing research, whether it is going to be helpful for us if we take a decision and or not. Then we did a lot of SWOT analysis, and then we thought we'll go ahead. So then later on, we were thinking how to go ahead. We don't have any money at that time. That is very hard time. Even getting 10,000 rupees salary was a tough time. I'm talking about 2005 and 6, those days. Government salaries were only 15,000, 16,000 rupees that time. So then my brothers were also telling it's a tough time to move ahead, but how to, have resources. Then we thought we'll approach some bank, and bank gave us some loan, and we pulled up some personal loans and put some money and started with one man, and my brother was leading the team, that one-man team rather. So we moved ahead. Then in the Tega, then they were, I did not join here. I just only told, we'll go ahead. I gave my consent. Then because it is nothing to do with any business, what the technology, what we were talking about, the temperature indicating technology, what we are talking about is mineral processing. This is a totally different domain. It's no conflict of interest. So then I told my brothers to move forward. So then they were working and all the resources were getting exhausted. Then meanwhile, we saw one government ad, there's a technological entrepreneurial promotional program. So we wrote one proposal to them. Then government was kind enough, Indian government sanctioned 5 lakhs project, and almost we were verge of bankruptcy. Then that point came at very right time for us. It was non-refundable. So that has helped us a lot. And in the Tega industry, they were planning to put me in Russia as a country manager. So, and they, after 7, 8 months, they recruited one teacher to teach, me Russian language. So I attended 6th class, and my conscience did not allow. After taking training and leaving this company, anyway, my mind is already made up and going back to my home. I was supposed to take a decision after 6, 7 months. Then because of this tuition and the Russian classes, so I was hesitant. I did not go, and I went to the chairman and told him, "Sir, I don't want to take, and because my conscience doesn't allow, because after taking spending company's money, if I leave, then it's a problem. So this is my decision. I wanted to go there." Then he gave me some cautionary advices, and with his blessings, I came to the Bangalore and joined my brother. We were only two and one assistant. We were struggling. So then we thought we should market in an aggressive way. The product was not so good that time. Then my brother was like a sharpshooter, and he was trying to do all kinds of things, and he came up with some product, the temperature indicating crayons. So then we thought how we should sell this, because we don't have any brand awareness, we don't have any branding, anything, and there was only another 2 companies were available in the world to make that kind of products, only American, and there were 2 American companies. So in front of American brand, we were nothing. Nobody will buy our products. Then with that marketing background, then I discussed with my brothers, can I go to China? And they were also telling, why you are going China? Everybody is going there to buy something, but you are going there to sell, but who will buy Indian product? Then I said, no, let us appoint a distributor, and we'll say that we'll let him distribute our product in China. Entire country we can give as exclusivity, but let us ask to give us a little space so that we can promote our product for the people, those who are come from the rest of the world. So that they come to buy something, then we can show that this Indian product you can take from India directly. So then this proposal helped us a lot. Then we went to the China. Then they gave me a small place in their booth. Then we started promoting that product. Then it was a no look back from there. So from there we came back. We earned some money, and it was a bit challenging to compete with American product. And we went to America also to display our product. And they came and directly threatened us. You are infringing our product. Only that design, holder design and other things. I said, see, we're not infringing. It is completely different. They said, no, it is looking that way only. Then we came back, and immediately we designed about 3-4 designs and submitted to USPTO and got the patents, design patents, and again started selling in American market. So that is again a good challenging task for us that time. It was they were not able to digest any Indian company in going and challenging in the American market. So then that was a good step we took it. Then afterwards we made little money. We thought we'll venture into the pharmaceutical industry. Then we bought a piece of land in Bangalore, and we established pharmaceutical industry in there's a bulk drug industry in the outskirts of Bangalore. It was a small area, but it was only 1.25 acres. But we built the facility which is compliance to US FDA. So in the last 10 years, the company progressed a lot, and we could able to get EDQM, that in Europe we filed drug master files, and we got approvals, and also accredited the foreign manufacturer from Japan. Getting Japan accreditation is toughest thing in the pharma, but we all three brothers did hard work, and because of that hard work, we could able to get those accreditations. And Pvt also from Brazil, we were about to get. We were handling almost 400 and odd SOPs, and the unit was very small, but we never compromised on the qualities. We never compromised on the systems. Never compromised on the regulatory issues. Never had any notices or issues, something like that. And most of the big companies like Abbott and big companies, they came and audited our facility. It was passing, but because of some strategic decision in the family, when we were at very peak and we were not having any financial burdens or anything, the financial health of the company was very good. Then we had to, dilute the stake to the highest possible level. A little handholding is there, maybe it will also be diluted. Is almost diluted, rather I can say. So now we can move into a new segment. There's, as you said, mineral exploration. Again, this is again the same field where I was in the beginning. So this is in nutshell about my journey, about where all what we did in the industry.
Mr. Pateel, thank you for the excellent start to this interview. Your exceptional interpersonal skills are truly really impressive. And it's an honor to interact with someone who exudes such a strong corporate personality. Really. So continuing our conversation, we would like to know that, could you let our viewers know about your journey of becoming director first at VPL Chemicals and now entrepreneurship at GeoExpOre Pvt.
Yeah, as I said, when I was in Tega Industries, that time I had to quit that job because I cannot do a dual role there. Ethically it is not good. So when I discussed with my brothers, then I said I will move to Bangalore. So I was getting very good salary there. Then I jumped into the Bangalore office. It's very small, tiny office. Started with, I said, 2 people. Then we had a tough time. So that time I became a director of that company. Then that slowly we progressed, and almost a decade we spent in the pharma, and as well as that crayons business. There was 2 strategic business units we made in our company. One was the pharma, another one was the welding unit. And recently we came out of it. That is, and afterwards, and I started this new startup, is GeoExpOre Pvt, along with my colleague. And now, as you said already, we're the 13th company in India who got accreditation from Ministry of Mines, and after having the certification from the Magnate.
Wonderful. So, Mr. Patel, what would you like to advise future leaders of the corporate world in India?
I'm too young to advise anybody, but only thing is I can only say for the youngsters who are at 25, 30 bracket, and they should be very they should be honest to the core, and they should be sincere to the work, and well disciplined is most important thing to come up in the career. They should have a big dream, and to achieve those dreams, as Dr. Kalam, everybody says, you should have a bigger dream. And to achieve those dreams, one should have a continuous efforts in reaching those objectives and dreams. I don't know whether it's again debatable issue. Leaders are made or leaders are born. So if the leaders are born, there should be many leaders in India by now because of the population with visa compared to the rest of the world. But leadership skills will be there in many people, but one has to nurture those qualities, and they should be with the good company, and spend with the elderly people, those who are spent a lot of years in the industry. So they should inculcate some good habits, good positive thinkings. Then they will definitely come up in reaching their objectives, and they will definitely winners in their game.
So have you ever felt that the fields of mineral processing and geotechnology need better ESG integration?
Yes. This is required because now this ESG is becoming a very popular thing. Earlier it was in Western, wherever we used to go, then there was so many things, principles, their discipline is phenomenal. But now it's slowly, percolating that system culture in Indian industries that is required in even in Indian mineral industry as well. Earlier, for example, I'll give you the case study. If you go look at the tailing dams, and many people suffered a lot, but that did not figured here. They lost lives also when handling the tailings dam. So it's again a failure in the governance, and regulatory issues. Why it has been neglected, that particular thing, and so many issues in the downstream process will be again big problem, including the groundwater nearby the people, those who are living in the vicinity. So this integration of all these things will definitely help to build a robust mechanism and a sustainable growth in the long run.
Dr. Patel, you must have seen a lot of technological changes in your field. Which are some of the most significant, and what changes do you see ahead with the introduction of AI, ML, IoT, Web 3.0, big data, blockchain, etc., etc.?
Yeah, coming to the blockchain, and it is very popular nowadays because of the cryptocurrency that is widely being used in that. But it's not new to the field. It is being in the field for several decades, rather, maybe several years. So this blockchain is going to help in the industry in bringing the greater transparency and traceability in the system, because all the industries having enormous data over the period of time. Is whatever we were talking about, AI or machine learning, these two systems with the better algorithms, they can have very good data analysis, bring better clarity on the data, whatever the historical data they have. Based on that, based on the patterns, one can predict, one can do the preventive maintenance, one can predict what is going to happen, what kind of raw materials is going to come to our mine, how to do the blending, and which are the places these tools are need to be installed, right from the ROM run of mine, then how we have to blend, because it's a nature. The minerals have come from different streams. From one strata to different strata, the mineral will not be same. We cannot just simply apply these tools like other industries. But yet, this will definitely help, because based on the historical data, this will solve a lot of problems, especially in the grinding section where the size reduction takes place, and the classification circuit where the size separation takes place, and the downstream processes, and especially in the water management systems, how to minimize the water and maximize the water recovery. And this is again, water is the greatest crisis in the industrial areas. So these tools will definitely aid in augmenting the recovery and grade of the mineral, and that will eventually increase the revenue of the industry.
That was so insightful of you. Dr. Patel, now that you are a certified ESG and corporate governance expert and carry extensive directorship experience, what values do you offer the corporate world?
I'm yet to get that certificate, but yes, I learned a lot during the journey when I was taking this session. And definitely I can contribute many things, because more than 15, 16 years I'm there in the boards, and how the board function and what decisions they will take in the boards. So I know I'm exposed to that environment, and this new initiative and what we have learned will definitely help in bringing the board with greater insights, what we have learned, to bring better governance and how to control the regulatory things, how to implement the regulatory standards. So these are the things we can contribute to the system for the better governance, and it will also help the stakeholders. It will also help the board members with the new knowledge coming to the system, with the young people, those who are coming to the system. So that will definitely help. I feel I can contribute a lot more to the board and to the industry in particular.
Fantastic. So this brings us to our next question, that we are building FaceTime with Leaders community for cross-pollination of knowledge and a community of independent directors for having a better corporate governance in the country. So what are your thoughts about these initiatives taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the whole team of World Development Corporation?
Oh, Mr. Pathan and Mr. Mehta, they have done a wonderful and commendable job by, bringing this new course to the public, and many were not aware of it. Even many people, they cannot even think how the director will become. Only they should have a company. Only the people, those who have a company, they can become independent directors. So many people do not have this idea altogether. Now these people have wonderfully identified this gap, and they identified at the right time, because India needs now a lot more independent directors. So this gap will be filled with young directors. So definitely with a blend of with the experienced people, with the new people coming to the system with the latest advanced technologies in their mind. So definitely it will help the system, it will help the country progress, and a lot of better governance can be brought out from this blend of this people. Different domain knowledge, different segments, they come not necessarily from the same thing. This cross-pollination of the knowledge, sharing of the knowledge will definitely enhance the decision-making process in the boards, and that will eventually lead to benefit to the industry, stakeholders, the people who are associated in the industry. As a whole, the country will also get a great benefit out of this initiative. I personally thank Mr. Pathan and Mr. Mehta for this initiative, and for giving I also thank you and your team for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share my views with you, especially with this initiative.
So Patel, your expertise and passion for the subject matter were evident throughout the interview, and it was inspiring to witness your dedication to excellence. Really, it was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire the future leaders. Thank you, Mr. Yerriswamy Pateel, for joining us today. Wish you the best for your future endeavors. Moreover, trust that this initiative by Directors Institute has unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds.
Thank you, Mr. Panchali, for giving me such a wonderful opportunity. And indeed, I enjoyed talking to you, and let us hope for the best. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the
Pleasure. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you.